Growing up in a mainly white, Republican viewed family household really closed my eyes and my mind to other cultures and people of other races. I didn't grow up in a diverse high school or educational system. I was very blocked and secluded from the outside world. Falling Ladders, which was my book, is about Dija, the main character, who struggles with the prejudices and the bias and the economic plight of her family. She's really embarrassed at the beginning of the book about what other people think, and she judges other people because that's how she was brought up. So we have a character, Sabine, who is Muslim, and we have Ben, who is comes from a separated, divorced family. So in that sense, I learned a lot about Dija and her narrow view on the world and how much it expanded at the end of the book. She was first a very non-empathetic person who was closed off and who judged others, and then she realized that everyone has struggles, including her, and that everyone should be patient with each other. In that way, I learned about the skills and the awareness that multicultural educators should learn about. So the awareness about what other people are going through, the awareness that everyone is struggling and that we should be patient with one another, and that everyone is in need of something different because we're all different. The skill is just being open-minded about things, not being closed off, and kind of shedding the prejudice and the biases of my upbringing to create and nurture that empathetic feeling in me. So in that way, Dija and the book in general really taught me a lot about not to judge people too harshly because we have no idea what they're going through. Specifically, Sabine, who's Muslim, she was attacked for being a terrorist, especially during 9/11. And I've encountered that in my own family and how we view Muslims. So it was very interesting to see that correlation, to see all these connections that I personally really were drawn to and related to. One of the most surprising things in the book was the lack of empathy in certain characters and how honestly they didn't grow too much in the way that I would have wanted them to see grow. For example, Dija's dad, who struggles with PTSD, Dija was able to develop those empathetic feelings towards him after he had told her about his PTSD symptoms and what he had gone through during 9/11. It was very powerful to see how much he opened up, but he wasn't able to recognize how much Dija had done and be empathetic towards her and how much she had carried the family. So I think that was lacking in the book, and I felt that was a big piece that was missing in Dija, just like recognition. Finally, one thing that I learned and was really intrigued about and thought it was a perfect correlation within the book was during our online group discussion, Quentin mentioned the ladder inference and how our faulty conclusions and assumptions lead us to these prejudices. And I thought that was how perfect that was, because Dija really struggled with that. She was judging her classmates, she was judging Sabine, she was judging Ben, who later became her friends, but she was able to rectify that ladder of inference in her mind and really develop understanding and awareness towards them. And I thought that was both very powerful and something I hadn't made a connection to, so I thought that was amazing. Thanks for listening.